Shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we going come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars.
What's going on, guys? It's Steve. Who can beat Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference? Who can beat them? Now, there are 4 teams that come to mind, but truly, I think only one team stands a chance. But actually, there's 3 teams that come to mind, but only one team really stands a chance. So let's first talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies have the least likely chance on this list that I have for the teams that can beat the Golden State Warriors. Now, they do have a chance, but not a very high chance. The probability of them beating them is probably close to 2%. You know, it's that bad, right? Because the Warriors, just like the Cavaliers, are so much better than everyone else in the world that there's no competition. So why do I think Memphis stands a chance? They stand the slightest chance because of 2 things. 1, they're a pretty solid defensive team. And 2, they have Marc Gasol. Here's the thing that people don't really understand. Marc Gasol is one of the most valuable players in the world. He may not be a top 5 player or a top 10 player, but he's definitely incredibly valuable to the Memphis Grizzlies on the offensive end and on the defensive end. And just in terms of him being on the floor, you know, him just, you know, having so much attention, drawing so much attention to him, getting rebounds, playing defense, you know, protecting the paint, him doing his thing, you know. So Marc Gasol is probably, and Mike Conley helps out too, but Marc Gasol is probably the biggest factor to why the Memphis Grizzlies even stand the slightest chance of beating the Golden State Warriors. Now, that chance is slight, just like I said, probably around 5%. It's not going to happen. Next team we have, the San Antonio Spurs. Can the San Antonio Spurs defeat the Golden State Warriors? No. Now, they stand a chance, but it's not going to happen. Here's the thing. I mean, they can, but they won't. Listen, the San Antonio Spurs, they're a great team. They have depth, they have good players, and they have Greg Popovich, probably the best coach in NBA history. Or at least one of the greatest ever in NBA history, right? But the thing that the San Antonio Spurs are lacking is they don't have star power. They don't have that star power. And I don't trust Kawhi Leonard to be able to carry that load offensively in the postseason. I don't trust it. I know he's improved on the offensive end. He can shoot. He has a post game now. He has ball handling ability. He's driving by people. He's a great passer. He's a great defender. He's a great playmaker. I understand this. Not a great passer. Take that back. He's an all right passer. Decent. You know, but he doesn't need to pass like that because the whole team passes, so that's why his assists aren't like that. But anyway, Kawhi, he doesn't have that star power and that instinct that players like Kevin Durant has. He's not going to stand a chance against Kevin Durant in the playoffs. And we saw that last year. It's not going to happen. You know, there's no way Kawhi can put up the same amount of points as Kevin Durant. Just think about it. Even if Kawhi were to average around 22 points per game in the postseason, which is reasonable. 22 points per game, that's reasonable, right? For Kawhi, that's reasonable. But even if he were to do that, and LaMarcus Aldridge were to average 20, they would get outscored by 20 each game. Think about it. Kevin Durant's going to be averaging 30. Stephen Curry's going to be averaging probably close to 30, so we'll say 30. So that's 60. Klay Thompson's going to be averaging 20. That's 80. Draymond Green's going to average around 15. That's 95 points. 95 points. There's no way in hell that 42 points can compete with 95. No one else on the Spurs can score like that. No one else on the Spurs can put up big numbers besides Kawhi and LaMarcus Aldridge. Powell used to be able to do it when he was younger in his Lakers day, but he's older now. That happens, you know. People get older. So the chances of it happening, very slim. I would say Grizzlies had a 5% chance. The Spurs have a 6% chance. Spurs are a good team. They can't beat the Golden State Warriors. It's something that's just not going to happen. I mean, just Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant alone outscore probably their entire starting lineup. I might have to take that back. Probably not, but probably equal to their starting lineup in terms of points per game. Then add Klay Thompson to that, add Draymond Green, and then add Draymond Green's all-around play style, add Kevin Durant's improved rebounding, improved defending, and improved passing. And what do you have? You have a team that's undefeatable in the Western Conference. Now let's go on to the other team that I think stands a chance of beating the Golden State Warriors. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and the Los Angeles Clippers have the best chance in the NBA to defeat the Golden State Warriors. The chances of it happening, in the Western Conference that is, the chances of that happening, around 10%. They have around a 10% chance of defeating the Golden State Warriors. The reason why I say this is Chris Paul is one of the best point guards in NBA history. There's no doubt. So is Tony Parker. I understand that, but Tony Parker's way, way out of his prime. He's old, guys, you know? But anyway, Chris Paul is one of the best point guards in NBA history, and he still is dominating the NBA. He's still one of the best point guards in the world. 10 years, 11 years into his career, and he's still one of the best point guards in the world. It's crazy. Most point guards last like 5-6 years, even less than that. They have a few, like Steve Francis has come around in the world. You're Ray for Austins, you're Skip to the Lou, Ray for all. You know what I mean? They come around for a few years and then they're gone. For some reason, this guy, just like Nash, just like Stockton, Magic, he's been around a long, long time. A long, long time. But anyway, so Chris Paul, defensively, passing ability, and his scoring ability. Chris Paul will probably put up around 20 and 10 in the playoffs. Blake Griffin has the potential to put up 25 and 10 in the playoffs. Do I think it's possible? That's just a maximum. I probably predict anywhere from, 23, 24 points per game, 10 rebounds per game. That's more reasonable. 10 rebounds per game. DeAndre Jordan, he can't do his thing because he can't shoot free throws. And the Warriors, they probably won't even have to do the foul game. But the Clippers are a deep team. They're a deep team. They have Paul Pierce, who's been there, who even though he's out of his prime and he's old, he's still a Hall of Famer. He's still an NBA champion, and he's still one of the clutchest players in NBA history. And one of the best small forwards ever. Top 10 easily. Right? So, that's the case. But, yet again, the Golden State Warriors are just so good on the offensive end that it's not possible. It's possible, but it's not reasonable. It's possible, but it's not probable because of their scoring ability. Think about it. Scoring ability-wise, Kevin Durant, 30. Curry, 30. Clay, 20. That's 80. Dre, 15. That's 95. Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, 45 combined at most. Jamal Crawford off the bench, yeah, he could do his thing. Yeah, what's his name? Paul Pierce can do his thing. DeAndre can do his thing. The bench can do their thing. We understand this. But it's probably not going to happen. They'll probably win a few games, probably force 5 or 6 games, but the Warriors ultimately will surpass everyone in the Western Conference with their eyes closed. So you're probably wondering, how come all of these other teams can get outscored, but if the Warriors can outscore the Cavaliers, how come the Cavaliers can still win? The thing that you guys don't understand, well, you guys do understand that, but the thing that, I don't say a lot is that, well, I do say this a lot, but the thing that, screw the thing that part, but LeBron James is the GOAT. He is the most help in the world right now. No way in hell anyone could beat him with this team. He's too damn good. He's just simply too good. And then on top of that, add Kevin Love, who's averaging 20 plus and 10 plus rebounds. Add Kyrie, 24 plus points per game. Add Channing Frye, who can spread the floor. Tristan Thompson, who can get rebounds on top of Kevin Love getting rebounds, on top of LeBron getting rebounds. Bring in Richard Jefferson for defense, spreading the floor. Amon Shumpert for defense. J.R. Smith for defense and shooting. And what do you have? You have the best team in the world, the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that's why, I think, that's why I think even if Kevin Durant will average 30 in the finals, Curry averages 30 in the finals, that's 60, 95, right? Think about it. LeBron will probably average around 30 to 35. We'll say 35 at max because I was maxing the Golden State Warriors out. So 35. Kevin Love, I'll say 22. So that's 57. Kyrie around 25. Right? So that's 72. 72 points. Actually, that's 82. 82 points. Right there. Now you have J.R. Smith. who can average 10 plus. But not only that, their defense. And then there's going to be games where LeBron drops 40. It's going to be games where, Kyrie drops 40. And again, LeBron has the most help ever, so it's unreasonable to say that he won't win. But anyway, that's why I think the Golden State Warriors they have no competition in the Western Conference. It's just that simple. It's not going to happen. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been Steve. I'm out of here. Peace.
Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart, yeah. I won't stop charging, we going come harder. I can see you